Welcome back to Wepner Farms Productions. Today is a windy. What is going on? Are you guys okay? Something ain't right here. Hold on. All right, you guys feeling any better? You guys looked a little drunk there for a minute. Anyways, what was I even saying? We got the Fendt 712 loader tractor. We're gonna hop up in this thing. It's probably gonna beep at us a ton because that's what it likes to do, but that's okay. We are working on some tiling, potentially gonna do some corn chopping today if we're feeling super frisky. Big Ricky is working on taking the plastics out of the reel. Of course you are going to beep at me right away. All right, that's enough. 10,919 hours on this thing, if anybody was wondering how many hours this thing has on it. Hasn't been drove in a while. She's coming out of retirement right now. We are going to hook it up to the tile cart. How is everyone enjoying the Arctic weather? I don't remember what they called it. It's the Arctic weather swirling around us. It's actually really not that cold out. It's like in the 60s today. It's like really windy though, so it's like hard to decide, do you want to wear a sweatshirt and sweat, or do you want to wear a t-shirt and be cold? So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm wearing a sweatshirt and I am sweating. We are now on top of the hill. We are going to attempt to hook this thing up, which has been sitting in the weeds. I don't remember what it was on last, so who really knows? Who really knows if it's gonna line up? If we're lucky, it might. We're gonna find out here. I can't even see it. Oh, we got contact. I think we're gonna have to lower her down a little bit. All right, let's hope we got air in the tires. It's moving. Oh, that's nice. Oh, we got air in the tires. Good deal. Should be ready to rock and roll. Up next on the list, we are looking for some 6-inch tile, in which I am not excited to look for because I know exactly where it is, and it is not in the most ideal position. It is inside of the pasture. Pretty sure. Should be. Yep, I see it. So, you know, I see another problem. I remember now that we brought a heifer down here one day, and she ran through the fence and broke our fence, and now I remember that I had just tied it back together. So we're gonna have to take some fence down. Alrighty, so first let's unplug this thing. Come on. There you go. Now it won't get electrocuted. Yeah, won't get electrocuted. Okay, how much work will this be? Probably really not that bad. We probably just, it's not even in the thing here. Oh, just kidding. Got you guys. You guys jump so hard. It is a disaster around here. Angus just throw everything wherever they want. We will need to pick up this disaster. Hopefully they didn't wreck any of our tile. Alright, let's see what we can do here. See how well I can manage this by myself. Hold on, you're on the Okay, so if I remember right, there's a pin. We can set this so that it stays straight, but this is going to take so many hands. So we got this set so it's not gonna spin on us. Now we gotta tip it down, and we're gonna have to take that top off so that we can pick up our 6-inch tile. Okay, we're not doing too terribly bad. We just now need to get the top back on. Okay, that'll work. There, thank God it stayed up there. Time to get out of this pasture. Cows do not have a care in the world. I thought they were gonna be all up in my business, but they are not. All right. This thing's broken too. What are the odds? Oh, this ground is hard. Oh no! Oh no! Junk! I've ruined it. I've ruined my boots. Put a hole right in them. This is not ideal. Everything is junk. Unbelievable. Well, if the cows get out one day, I didn't put that fence post up. I cannot get it in the ground. It doesn't have a foot thingy. Push it in the ground. The ground is hard. It's just not working. So we're gonna plug her back in and we're gonna head on our way. I am very disappointed about the hole in my boots because seeing that we're gonna be tiling, my feet are gonna be wet now. Dad's giving her on the main. Hopefully she's sloping the right way. Otherwise we'll just be adding water to the field. Here he goes, a digging machine. Yeah, that went pretty good laying the main in. There was a couple spots that the wall caved in, so we'll have to get little Ricky on a shovel or something. But overall it looks pretty good. You usually gotta walk through the trench when you do it this way and just kind of make sure it's all sitting level. Some people will run their main in with the tile plow. 6-inch, a lot harder to pull, at least for us, because we're just running, it's not 3.1, but it's pulled behind a tractor. So makes it a little bit trickier. Plus we'd have to change our shoes out to do it. Really, again, would not probably be a big deal to change it in the time we spent digging this trench. But it makes it easy because when we come in with our 4-inch tile line, every 30 feet we'll run a 4-inch and we're going to shoot it up the field. So then if we were to drag it in with the tile plow, then we would have to dig up the tile and risk actually hitting the tile line and puncturing it, destroying it. Plus then you gotta, you know, dig out underneath with a shovel. So if you can lay it in nicely doing it this way, it will save you a lot of headaches in the long run, I think. Probably about a horse a piece either way. It's a lot more work putting in your 4-inch or 3-inch. if you run it in with tile plow, but it is also a lot of work digging the entire main with the excavator. So I guess whatever you prefer to do, probably the right way to do it. There is really no wrong way of doing it. So we're grabbing another 6-inch roll now to finish off. We gotta go about probably not quite 100 yards. So we're gonna go ahead and drop this tile center off and try to get our 6-inch out of the weeds here. We bought this tile, it was like beginning of summer, and it has been overgrown now. So it should be a good time getting it out. Hopefully I left myself enough room to get this off. I think my old lady would appreciate it if I picked some of these wildflowers for her. I'm not sure how itchy I would be if I touched them. I don't know what this is, and I don't know what that is. But that is big. It's scary looking. But this is our 6-inch here, 4-inch for comparison. I need to dig it out of the bushes, get out of the rhubarb. This stuff breaks off really easily. Kind of smells funny though. Oh, bugs. All right, be gone. It's kind of fun breaking that stuff off. Ah, it's touching me. Go away. All right, we're getting somewhere now. You guys should have seen how close you were. It's like centimeters away. I'm gonna throw the top on this thing. Fix you guys up a bit because you got a little mangled on there. And then we're gonna go bring this over there. We are back at the hole. Oh, that actually worked out really good. I didn't actually know where we left off, but this is where we left off. We need, I don't know why I stuck that in the hole. That was not very bright of me. Because we need to tie these together with a splicer, and really should be taped too. So I didn't bring any tape because I was not thinking that far ahead. So we'll be able to at least get these put together for now. There's that. Now we can connect our pipes. Maybe. You guys see the other pipe? I hope so. There. Conjoined as one. Beautiful. I have decided that I had better wait for my father to come, because this is just going to make me a lot more work trying to do this by myself. But it'll be nice to have this set in. I should, well, we'd probably find it later, but I should probably mark that somehow for the splices to make sure it gets taped later. I have taken over the excavator. I'm going to start digging in our starts for the 4-inch every 30 feet. Let's see how far I make it. We're on empty. So I'm going to have to get fuel figured out for tomorrow for sure. Let's check out what we did. So basically, need to dig a trench long enough to back the tile plow in here, set it down, and then be able to hook up our 4-inch. We're going to drill a hole into this, and then there's plugs that go in, and then that's what's going to connect the 4-inch. Then I like to just take a little bit of topsoil off each side, just so that the trench is a little more, and it's just less likely to cave in. This stuff is a little bit more packed in here, even though it's kind of sandy here actually, but this kind of makes a clean hole. and then, you know, kind of throw that away so that tile plow is sitting on level ground. So yeah, we got a whole mess of these I can do. Not sure who's here. It actually looks like little Ricky's here. But yeah, pretty much just gonna dig a bunch of these. It's 30 feet from the tip of the excavator to the back of the track, so line the back of the track up to that hole, put my boom out, make a little mark, and then I'll move over to there. So we are about 10-15 holes in, and I was just got to thinking, am I the only one that does this? Like, kind of measured the excavator, it's about 30 feet. Not a true hardcore measurement, and these aren't measured like 30 feet exact. So, you know, you get to thinking in your head, it's like, is that 30 feet wide? So then you're like going through all your equipment, like triple cutters, that's 30 feet. We got the merger is 30 feet. We got, I think our Kuhn accelerator, I believe that's 30 feet, or it's 25. It's probably 25. But you're like, if that drove through there, would that be a perfect distance? It would just drive right through there. You know, you kind of just got that image in your head. That's how wide it is. It might be crazy, I don't know. But this is going pretty well. No one is back yet. They were going to get some supplies, drill, sawzall. We need some plugs, that tape I was talking about, all kinds of stuff to kind of tie this all together. And then I don't know if we're gonna pull any lines tonight. It would be probably a good start too, but we're probably gonna start on that side of the transit. Transit is, I don't know, about 50 feet straight behind me. So I guess it really wouldn't matter which end we start on, but we're gonna have to come around this way with the tile unless we fill in a little bridge on the end there. So we could do either of those things. So yeah, I started digging on this end, so it makes sense to start pulling them from this end. We've got a little bit of sprinkle coming out of the sky. Oh man, we got a little water here. Pretty much the worst spot actually down there don't look too bad to fix up. I'm a little concerned about this. I got my short-handled shovel. No one else wanted to do this, so I guess I'm gonna. Gotta get this tile set down where it belongs, because obviously this caved in before we set it in, and tile's sitting a little high. So I guess have to dig her out. All right, this is going good. Where can you guys see anyways? I think things are gonna get a little crazy here pretty soon. We're getting somewhere. There the river flows. It's not too bad. We use this water to our advantage to help us dig this out. Looks like we got a rock there. It's actually washing down. See how it looks in there. Fix this a little bit here. All right. It don't look like it's gonna be too bad. We'll kind of pack her in there. Yeah, it should do. I'll throw a little dirt on top of it just to help hold it in place, since we got a bunch of water here. Seeing that we got water in here, I don't really want this to float up, so I think it'd be a good idea to throw some dirt in between. Just to make sure if it does fill up with water, it'll stay down. But at the same time, if we throw dirt in between, then we're creating a dam. So maybe that's not a good idea. We already got a dam here. So hopefully we just don't get a bunch of water in here, because it is a mess when this starts floating. And you gotta have a guy in the hole holding it down to the ground as you dump dirt in, and that is not fun. We had another cave-in spot here. Just went ahead and filled her in quick. There's a couple high spots down there, but those aren't bad at all. So I think we should be good to keep on digging. We got our last one dug. They pulled a few lines in. I don't really know how many. I've seen them go across a couple times. Not that I was super paying attention, but we're at the end of the line. Figured I'd show you guys what we got going on here. We're going to have to put a hole in this. This is a 12-inch main that actually runs up to this field up here. There's a couple dikes that run into it. Well, actually there's a little pond on the edge of that field that runs into this, or feeds this. And then the mains run into that little pond. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. It's been a long time since we tiled that field. I was pretty little when we did it, but we're gonna plumb this into that 12-inch, and hopefully it'll take all the water. If it doesn't, that might be an issue. I just saw the transit line. I don't know, caught my eye. So yeah, there is a few lines I gotta start on the other end. It angled up, so I can't really measure that with the excavator. So I do have the wheel. I can measure off of that first tile line and measure off where to go from there. So probably can't see them from here, but way off in the distance in that area, you can see the tile plow dumping in. I don't think they're pulling a line in. I think they're starting a new one. There's a rainbow. They're pulling tile in right now. I can barely see them. Pre-pulling. Quite the setup here. Another rainbow. I need to measure out my next tile line. 60 feet from this one would be correct. So, restart my thing. I think we're gonna be pretty close on this line. These are 30, 48, 55, 60. Right in here, and I gotta try to make it straight. This might be tricky. Look at how that trench is holding up. I bet you tile is only inches underneath that dirt. The soil is so, I don't even know what you call it. It's got so much structure to it. I mean, it basically, you hardly pull anything up with a tile plow. It just kind of cuts through and it just kind of sits back kind of where it was. Yeah, I've seen like huge ridges, like these aren't really all that big. That's all she wrote for tonight. We're gonna be short tile actually, so we're gonna have to get more tomorrow.
We don't have tile?
But anyways, it's coming along nicely.
Obviously, I didn't calculate it correctly.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.